The major I'm currently in is BCMB, which for the people who don't know, it's biochemistry and molecular biology. It's a joint major here at Lewis and Clark, and so I've always been interested in biology and physiology because of football, because I'm an athlete as well. Because I know on the field, like that's the epitome of physiology and performance, like human performance, right? And I think what really made me like decide between biology and biochemistry was um, going having general chemistry with Ann Bentley and then organic chemistry with Lewis Quo. Like they made me realize that I really love the sciences, like every part of the sciences, not just biology, and like also like at the end of the day, like physiology is just like like the peak of biochemistry. Like when people are performing at their best, like everything that's going on, like the powerhouse of the cell, mitochondria, like that's it's at its best, it's at its peak. So that's what really interested me, and like also taking structural biochemistry and metabolic biochemistry with JP made me realize that like everything matters, and like everything matters. So the way I've applied my BCME major to my own performance is just realizing that our our body performs best like when it has natural things like whole foods in it. So like this year I actually switched my meal plan from the 14 meal to the 100 block. So I've been meal prepping all my foods, and I feel like because of that, like I'm in the best shape I've ever been, like strongest, fastest, like most lean I've ever been. So I feel like that knowledge has really paid off and like has helped me perform at my best. And also one cool thing I've learned that like helps me really perform well in games is like, so there's baking soda, right? It's a natural buffer, and I intake that before games. Just put it in my mouth with some water, and what it does is like when your body's going and like athletically, when it's going performing athletically, like your muscles produce lactic acid, and that baking soda neutralizes that lactic acid. So I think it's really cool because like in games, like I just really don't feel tired at all. Like compared to practice and stuff, when I don't take it, in games when I take it, like I feel like I can run 50 yards back to back. Like the way I kind of use my knowledge to help my teammates out is like one big way is like our defensive coordinator Dan Fields always emphasizes like the importance of the day before before the game. So like we play on Saturday, that'd be Thursday, and like he always emphasizes drink as much water as you can, drink your electrolytes, sleep as much as you can, eat as much food as you can. And like I remember he asked for like pointers, like what do the players think, like what you should do too. And he was like, I raised my hand, I was like, carb load. And he was like, with what carbs? And I told my teammates like slow releasing carbs like potatoes, rice, stuff like that. And then before the games, fast releasing carbs like honey, fruits, and things of that sort. So I feel like they've applied that. And like before the games too, I also have a bottle of honey with me, and like my teammates always just like take a little shot before the games, like right at halftime too, because like it's just a little shot of energy, like the fastest way your body can produce that energy. When I graduate, I want to go into med school, and I feel like what really made me make that decision was the biochemistry major, because I realized like I had the tools to be a scientist, and like also with my health studies minor, like to be a physician, you can't just be a scientist. Like you have to know like what's going on in the community, like who in the community needs help, and like my health studies minor, like that is run by Carolyn Zook and Drusha Detweiler Bedell. That have been my mentors since freshman year, have been amazing. Like they've made me realize that like I can be that person. I can be a scientist, but I can also be a community leader, and they've taught me those things as well. Over the summer, I started a medical interpreting job around Portland. Like it's really cool because it's like an independent contractor type of thing, so I can really pick up shifts whenever I want, make my own schedule at like whatever clinics I want that they offer me at. And I've been doing a bunch of dental work at dental offices, like vision appointments, and soon I'm gonna start working for another company that's gonna send me to like Legacy, OHSU, and Providence hospitals. And it's just been really a great experience because like I remember before my first shift ever, I was really nervous because I was like, this is a real job, like this is my first real big boy job. But like before like it started, I told myself like I'm just helping people, like how I've always done with my parents, because like they've had a slight language barrier their whole lives too. So like I've always been the interpreter for them just naturally, like that's how it has to be. But before my first shift, I just told myself like I'm just helping the person, like I'm just helping my client, my patient, and like that just made everything feel so much more natural. And like every time, like it doesn't feel like a job when I pick up shifts. Like it just feels like I'm gonna go help people. Like it's like an incentive to pick up shifts, because like it's not just work. It's not just meaningless work. Like I'm helping the person get the best care that they can. I think like the biggest takeaway that like I've been able to learn from my experience as a medical interpreter, that like care is all about communication. Like it's all about having the best communication between the patient and the doctor. And if there's no if the communication isn't great, then either the patient isn't gonna get the best care or the doctor can't give the best care. So I feel like that's where I come in, and like I've been able to help doctors or dentists give the best care possible to their patients, and also allow the patients to receive the best care possible from their providers, you know. And I've also just learned like how the health system works, like in Portland locally, and like also like every time I'm just increasing my vocabulary as well, because I'm learning new medical terminology every day. So that's been really rewarding as well, which will also serve me for med school too, because at the end of the day, it's like the language of med school is just anatomy and physiology. If you know how to talk that language, then you'll be set.